Thursday, August the 15th, and thanks to the train strikes I'm having to do another local walk. So today I'm walking a North Herts Ramblers Kimpton Circular, and I've just parked outside the school opposite the Boot public house because I couldn't get into the recommended parking spot up in the recreation ground. There's a gate in front of it, so bear that in mind. Got a decent day for this around 10.5–11 mile circular. Some of the scenery will be familiar from other walks I've done in the area, but I'm hoping there's not too much duplication. Pretty humid still, around 60%, but much cooler with a bit of a breeze. It's around 23 degrees at the minute. It's around 12:30. Should be done by about 5:30 hopefully. So let's press on. So almost opposite the Boot we've got this footpath marker, bridleway 05 towards Blackmore End, and that's the path we're taking. And by the way, this is North Herts Ramblers group walk number 62. Decent vista over Kimpton on my left as we take a left here. Looks like there's been a downpour overnight here because it's quite damp underfoot. Sticky, cloggy mud. We didn't get that in Hitchin, which is only 9 miles away. Nice pew to enjoy that view. And a couple of 100 yards later, take a right here, where the farmers are busy gathering in the straw. Still not ploughing, mind. Just leaving Kimpton Hall Farm. Looks like a set of antlers there. Some metal work. Coming off this busy Wheathampstead road, taking the left down towards what hopefully will be a quieter lane. Hall Wood over there on my right. And this is indeed a quieter lane, thankfully, which again has recently been resurfaced. So as per last week's walk in a different part of the county, Herts must be doing their resurfacing currently. A number of small lanes I noticed on the way here were closed as well. Just prior to Bibsworth Hall Farm on the map here, take a right towards Lamer Wood. Over there in the distance. Be warned, there's a couple of nasty Alsatians over by Bibsworth Hall Cottage there. Even my dog treats didn't calm them down. Always carry a dog treat in my bag for such incidents. But the German shepherds there didn't seem to be interested. We're taking footpath 85 here at this juncture as opposed to 12, and I do recognise this. I think I went on 12 previously, so this might be duplication. Let's see. Nice mixed woodland, nice and cool. Plenty of hornbeam and holly in this wood. And that lovely petrichor, I was told it is, the smell after the rain. Wonderful. Good cheer in here today. Interesting little message there about bluebells. Clearly a bluebell wood I've just come out of in season, Lema wood. Can't tell what that is from this position, but either a buzzard or kite. Looks like a buzzard to me. I've heard a lot of mewing, but both mew. Interesting open position he's got there. Walking through more mixed woodland, and slowly but surely the birds are returning, both after the drought conditions and their molt. And there is a rare sight indeed, a puddle. So as I said earlier, they must have had a bit of a downpour here. Overnight perhaps, but as you can see, it hasn't sunk in, just bounced off. So at this juncture there are a number of paths you could take. Don't take 38 on the left, nor the one straight on, but 39 to the right here. Now arriving into more open country. I'm pretty sure I've done this before in the reverse direction. As you may be able to hear now in the background, Luton jet traffic, and in the very far distance the hum of the A1M, I think. Nope, got that wrong. It's some kind of busy B road running on the outskirts of Wheathampstead. And there is Wheathampstead over on my right, and I've definitely done this bit before. Remember filming this. Some kind of warbler in the background, I don't know which one. Sounds similar to a nuthatch, but it isn't, because I saw one of them earlier. These warbler types. On the bed of an old railway line here, which I believe ran from Wheathampstead via Welwyn Garden, or what is now Welwyn Garden. So as you can see, we're now on the Ayot Greenway, and we go right here. And if you continue on along the rail track, you're actually on a cycleway. NCN 57, yep, which goes via Welwyn Garden, as I thought. And as you can see, we're once again on the Hertfordshire way, but not for very long, a couple of 100 yards at most, as we turn off left here, running parallel to the old railway line, which is interesting. I wonder why the walk author didn't go along the rail line. We'll soon find out. You can see the line of the old rail line there on my left behind those trees. We're currently walking parallel with it. Now taking footpath 69 down towards the River Lea, and I do recall this because when I did it last time there were cattle in this little field. Not today, thankfully. Plenty of Himalayan balsam once again. Nasty invader. Got the remnants of a seat here, but I'm trying to hold out for the seat I took last time I was around this area at Ayot St Lawrence Church. And now on a Wheathampstead Parish Council trail as well. This section would normally be quite damp and marshy underfoot. Certainly looking at the map, this is a marshy area. But due to the recent dry conditions, not too bad today. And as previously when I walked it, Lea Valley Walk. And as I suspected, it is freshly dug. Elders are almost ready. I wonder what was in that. Thankfully not a parakeet in this area at the moment, so probably a native owl, woodpecker. So there is some water in the Lea, which doesn't surprise me because it's a conservation chalk stream. Okay, we've walked straight on past that big house previously along the Lea Valley Walk, but we're taking a left here, continuing on public footpath 89, which is whence we came previously. We're continuing straight on up ahead on the field, but the GPS track goes up alongside the edge of that wood, which is not the official route. So I reckon whenever the GPX track was made, and I have no date, but at 62 it would be an early one, this field was probably ploughed and they just went round the edge for ease of convenience. As the wind picks up a bit, indicating a possible shower due, views whence I've come. High point today is around 425 foot, the low around 250. Walking over the old rail line, which I see has now been asphalted in places. So had you stayed on the rail line earlier, you'd have got to this point. I'm now on a rail bridge. Yeah, you could have come up there. My goodness, it's almost like the old days, eh? What a puddle. Very rare sight. Field of barley been left uncut here for some reason. So as you can see, nearly at Ayot St Lawrence now, and we're back at Stocking Springs Wood, and where I'm stood currently on this bend is usually a well-known dumping point for rubbish. Each and every time I've been here in the past there's been mattresses, you name it. Not too bad today, mind. So as you can see, hornbeam again. Popular tree in this county. Now walking along this tree-clad byway into Ayot St Lawrence, previous home of George Bernard Shaw. So leaving public bridleway 1, which is a pleasant section of walking, small section of road walking into Ayot for lunch. Passing Shaw's Corner. Which surprisingly seems to be closed. That's why. Not open on Thursdays. Well, well, well. Okay, 3 o'clock on the button almost, and lunch will be served on this very same seat that I used last time, courtesy of Jane Desmond, who didn't live very long, 72 to 2010. So this is the ruins of Ayot St Lawrence Old Church. And it's not just me that's against solar farms either. Absolutely incredible where we're going to get our food from. So 25 to 3, lunch has been had, and a quick shot here of the Palladian Church in Ayot St Lawrence, a place where I've had my lunch in the past on a previous walk. I'm not walking over there today, but the GPX tracker did. You'd be following the Hertfordshire way if you do go over there. God rest their souls. Passing the Brocket Arms again. Take this footpath to Codicot Bottom, which is in fact the Hertfordshire way again. So we come off the road here and through that main entrance, which leads to the Manor House, Ayot House and the Coach House, private road. So having just walked past those grand houses, we continue on this bridleway, another shady bridleway. Something's on fire over there. I would add that the church where I had lunch was about 6.5 miles into the walk, leaving approximately 4 to be done. And the crow agrees. Now take public bridleway 38 towards Kimpton Mill, coming off this lane. And this field on my right is unusual in that it's been ploughed. Don't know how the farmers manage that, because the ground is apparently too hard and damages the ploughs. Anyway, he must have been desperate to get a winter crop sown. It's not very deep, mind you, it's only scratched the surface really, hence why there's so much stubble still sticking up. Views on my left from the byway as we descend. fact it's a bridle way, and a very pleasant one it is. Tree tunnel. Passing the old mill at Kimpton, and the chalk stream that is the River Lea running through it. Clearly the weeds have been left for a purpose. As I say, the river is well maintained by conservation volunteers. In fact, it's not the River Lea at this point, it's the River Mimram, which starts up near Stevenage somewhere, if I recall. We've walked past it on a walk, I believe. Over Luke's Warren Wood Bridge. Doesn't look like there's ever a river beneath it. Just a folly, I think. So clearly the high points of today are towards Kimpton, as I'm ascending now. Good to see. Farmer's done that off his own bat, I should imagine. Excellent. So we're still on the Hertfordshire way. As it gets a bit greyer and the wind picks up. Definitely going to rain later, I feel. And there's a kite mewing in the sky somewhere. Plenty of trees been brought down here for whatever reason. Hope they're going to be replaced. So the Hertfordshire way goes off right here, and that will be duplication of a walk I did from either Whitwell or Codicut, I can't remember. But that's a big field ahead of us there. Our onward journey here is left towards that copse. Final views of the Hertfordshire rolling hills before we descend into Kimpton. As you can hear, Luton jet noise in the background. Now following butt end path into Kimpton. Well, this is interesting because this is the car park where the GPX tracker started, and I couldn't find it. Seems simple enough to me. I went to the wrong recreation ground. So here we are, 10.8 miles, 3 hours 49 later, and a decent routine Hertfordshire walk. Decent surfaces underfoot today, mainly due to the shower of rain overnight. Much of that walk has been covered previously, but in a different direction, so hopefully this makes for some new viewing. So that's North Herts Ramblers Group Walk 62 completed. So until the next time, and I'm not sure that will be next week, because I might be away, but let's see. I might have a surprise walk lined up as the next one, depending on where I am. So until then, take care.